Hi guys, today we are cutting open our closed forms. I'm going to use my needle tool to gently separate the top and the bottom. An important thing to keep in mind with these guys is that as the clay dries, it's going to shrink, but the air trapped inside is not going to change size. So if you let these get too dry, they will pop open on their own and possibly not where you want them to. Now we're going to go and trim up the outside of the bottom piece. My clay here is still pretty soft, so this is a good time for me to just kind of give the bottom an extra shaping and figure out how exactly I want it to look. And after getting the bottom to a point that I'm happy with, we're going to put the top on upside down and try for a while to get it centered. Once it's centered, our first step is to go in and solidify the flange. It's sort of like when you throw any piece on the wheel, you're going to want your upper lip, your upper rim, to be nice and solid and smooth. So that's what we're doing to this little guy that we just cut open. And like I said, this clay was a bit wet, but I did not want to wait, so I'm going to hit it with my heat gun really fast. These closed forms are very much not my specialty. When I close them up, sometimes I will end up with some nice blobs of clay here on the inside of the top. So I'm just taking this opportunity to trim away some of that unevenness, and the clay is still pretty wet, so I'm trying to be careful not to gouge anything and spin it and throw it off the wheel. And then once we're happy with how the inside and the flange look, it's time to flip it over and see if it fits. And it does, but the bottom is just a little too big for it. So what I'm going to do is gently throw inwards. This clay is at a soft leather hard state, so I wouldn't necessarily trim the bottom at this point, but reshaping it is possible. I did do a lot of back and forth making sure it actually fit how I wanted it to, and now we're going to trim the top. We didn't take too much clay off of the inside of the lid, so now we're still able to shape the outside just a bit. And with that, I'm pretty happy with how it looks, so I'm going to lift up this bottom skirt of clay, cut off the extra, and then we're going to cut this off the wheel. This little guy is going to go dry for a little while with its lid on, and then I'll take it off so then both pieces can dry evenly.